Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. I know I did not do growing up hip hop last week. I was super busy, but we are back with season 6, episode 27, Breaking Generational Curses. If you are brand new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of my future uploads. Thumbs up the video if you enjoyed it today. Hop in the comment section, y'all, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what happened on tonight's episode. So the episode starts off with Brianna FaceTiming with TT. Tahira hit her up to probably to talk about the wedding, but TT tells her what happened with the arrest. So apparently, Brianna wanted to get, she said, an expensive luxury car that her business credit could not get approved for. She had a friend or somebody apparently who could get the car. So the car is in this woman's name, but Brianna makes the payments on it. This is why you don't do stuff like this. So the woman said that Brianna stole her car, called the police on her, yada, yada, yada. I feel like Brianna is missing some important parts of this story. So did you miss a payment? There's more to the story that we're not really catching on to. Nonetheless, the woman has the police come to Brianna's door. Brianna said she was on Instagram Live. She heard a knock at the door. She went. No one said anything. She said she got her machete. And she went to open the door, didn't see anyone, and then all of a sudden she saw the police. She asked why she was being arrested. She tried to close the door, make sure that her phone was positioned towards the door for, we have to do that as Black people, so that everybody could see what was happening. The cop kept saying she was not being arrested. She was just being detained. She didn't understand what was happening. She ended up getting out of jail the next day. She was charged with brandishing a weapon at a police officer. TT is like, she is saying this so nonchalantly as if it's just not a big deal, as if it's just, something that happens to people every day. But I think that's just how Brianna deals with stuff. She likes to make things seem as if they're not a big deal. Oh yeah, this happened, I got arrested. When she is really internally suffering and traumatized. So TT tells her she's invited to the wedding. Brianna said that she's kind of scared about even leaving the house, a mixture of COVID and then what's going on with her. So TT tells her, please put on your best white person and don't go into the airport hot and heavy because I really want you to be here. Brianna tells her she will be there. So then we have a scene with Boogie. So I guess Boogie is now back on the show. Took a couple episodes off, but Boogie's back on the show. And he's out with Savannah. And they're like a juice bar. They're taking some ginger shots. They're kind of catching up with one another. Boogie tells her that he had an art gallery opening. He had an art gallery showing recently, and he was able to sell a bunch of his artwork. So they're talking about that when JoJo FaceTimes him, inviting them to a music video release party for one of his new artists. JoJo has a management company called GUHH House. So they talk about that. He tells Savannah she can come, just got to behave yourself. Stop all this bullshit that you're doing, Savannah, because you are ruining parties. Whether you want to admit it or not, you are ruining a lot of parties and events because you come in on this childish stuff. So Boogie then gets a message from a fan about Brianna's arrest, them sending the video because this was on Facebook Live. So he's looking at the video and he's like, oh, I don't even want to watch the rest of this. Savannah keeps saying that he's lying. Why would he lie about that? I hate when people do that. When you're talking about something and they're like, oh, you lying? Why would I lie about it? So Savannah basically tells him, you need to talk to Brianna and make it right. We know that the last time Boogie and Bree talked, he came over to her house so they could have a conversation. She cussed him out, said that he was immature and a child, and he told her she needs to stop drinking and all this other type of stuff because Brianna, from what we see, she drinks a lot, but we also only see a very small snippet of these people's lives. But Boogie is her friend. If he feels that she's doing a little too much drinking, he feels that he should be able to tell her that, and on some friend shit, it should be received in a very positive, encouraging way, and that's not how it was received. So Savannah tells him, "You need to talk to Bree, make up with it, cause y'all really do care about each other. Y'all are friends." I think they smashed, and that's why there's so much hostility and animosity and just sexual tension between the two of them. That's what I think. So the guys have a game night. Why is Lazy with these kids? And I'm saying kids because Lazy has kids their age, I'm sure. So that's why they're going to play spades and dominoes and Uno. JoJo can't play spades. And I'm like, of course you can't. Somebody else said they don't know how to play Uno. I said, what do you mean? Color on color, number on number, draw for my guy, reverse, reverse. Like, Uno is not hard to play. So when people say they can't play Uno, just say you don't want to play Uno because you can play. So they're playing spades. Well, the people that know how to play spades, they're playing spades. And Twist tells them that he is DJing Tahira's wedding. And they're like, oh, that's cool. You know, you're going to be the only one invited. I am so sick of Eric, and I'm sick of his wife constantly bringing up stuff that the producers are putting in their ear. Because we know a lot of these scenes are, while they are somewhat organic, a lot of them are very manufactured. And I feel like anytime Eric is on the scene, you know that he's there with the sole intent and purpose of bringing up something, but we don't see anything about Eric's life. We don't see anything about Eric's life. We don't even really see him going to work or doing numbers for work or having business meetings for work. We see literally nothing about them. They don't even film at home. We see everybody else filming at home. We don't see Eric and Aaliyah filming at their house. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. That's not the role you want to have on a reality show where you're always the one being messy, especially not as a man. So Devin is super loud, super geeked up about spades. Twist tells him, you being real loud. Devin, who is super annoying, gets very offended. You the only one that said I talk loud. No, nigga, you are talking loud right now. You're being loud right now. And then he said, well, we are outside. Outside or not, you can still be too loud. I think people get that misconstrued a lot. Just because you're outside, you can absolutely still be too damn loud while you are outside. So Lazy takes Twist over to the side, and he's like, he's just an old country man. Like, they talk loud like that. Twist said, I'm from Texas. We just don't be loud like that. We be chilling. Devin was loud, though. So Lazy is talking to Twist about, putting his head down, staying out of trouble, doing what he needs to do. Twist said that McMahon actually has him performing at the end of a Young Money set, and he knows that, he can't let him down. And Twist should really be further than what he is in his career. But see, he let all that Bieber bull get in his head. You're taking charges for Justin, and you're doing all of this while Justin was skating off scot-free. And Twist, like, your career started to tank and tank and tank and tank. I'm not saying that Twist will be huge, but Twist should definitely be a bigger, kind of more established artist than he is right now. And it kind of sucks for him. So the next scene, we do see Twist performing. We see him doing like some behind the scenes stuff. He looks very comfortable on stage, and he's just saying how he can't imagine doing anything other than music because that's all he sees himself doing. Get your shit together, Twist, and then you can do that. So JoJo is at this music video launch. He put up a couple posters that say Run's house. So Eric and Aaliyah come first. And of course, where's Tanise? It's like, Aaliyah, do you even talk to Tanise outside of the show? Girl, why you acting like this is one of your homegirls? If you are that close with her and you miss her that much, then you can call her and find out, girl, you coming tonight? That's all you have to do. So it's like, as soon as everybody comes into the set, where's Tanise? JoJo was like, why are y'all so worried about where my wife is? She is coming. So Eric is like, he got stood up, and shut up, Eric. I am so sick of the both of them. So Vanessa comes in. She asks about Tenise. Vanessa's the only one I'm gonna let ask about Tenise because that is her sister-in-law. Everybody else, y'all are just being nosy, and it's like production told y'all outside. All right, when you go in, ask about Tenise because that's how it came across. So they talk about Brianna. They're asking if she's coming. JoJo said, I think so, which means that she was on the call sheet. Production told her. But Vanessa said that, it was some wild stuff with her that happened that I saw on her Instagram live. Boogie said he saw the video. They don't know if she got arrested. They don't know where she's out. Like, no one has any idea. So then Boogie is once again, so is Tenise coming? And I'm like, I got sick of hearing about Tenise. They was acting like it was a surprise party for Tenise. This ain't y'all, but this ain't her party, y'all. Y'all do know that, right? Tenise is not the guest of honor. So Twist talks to Savannah and he asks her why did she ruin his party. Savannah, of course, takes absolutely no accountability, and she was like she didn't ruin it. Twist tells her she needs to apologize and to be the bigger person. She tells him to shut the F up because he's getting on her nerves. And then she like just wants to deflect and eat the chicken. He tells her that those are old display wings and that was what she gets for ruining his party. I think Savannah's biggest detriment is that no one ever holds her accountable. People will say you need to apologize. She always says I didn't do anything wrong. And then it's like, oh well, she's not gonna apologize. And it's like, to me, that's weird. It's very, 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 very weird. So Lord have mercy, Tenise's ass finally shows up, and now, all is well in the world. And I'm like, yeah. Tenise comes in and she's doing a performance. She's tagging everybody's hand as she walks in. I was like, the whole thing just came across very, very scripted. Tenise probably rode there with JoJo, but she was told to wait outside for, a good amount of time because we all got to get our lines and scripts together. Because we know reality TV is not really reality. It's not really authentic like that. So Brianna shows up and everyone's happy to see her. She hugs Tenise, tells her she's been tested and, she has her shots and everything. She's good, doesn't want to pass anything over to the baby. So she sits down next to Vanessa. Vanessa is like, I've been using your oils. I'm using your oils. It's like, Vanessa, girl, we heard you the first 3 times you said it. Obviously, Brianna don't want to talk about the essential oils that she gave you, but we are happy that you use them, girl. I need Vanessa to get a storyline too, because I feel like Vanessa, even though we know that Wayne's boy, that she's with her baby daddy, clearly don't want to be on the show, and he clearly don't want them filming at her house either. So Brianna goes and takes Boogie to the side. The two of them talk. She asks him why does he keep reaching out, because last they talked, she felt that he called her an alcoholic. And he's like, no, I never said that you needed to stop drinking. I said you need to slow down. She said that she is functioning with it, so it's fine. She also feels like you haven't been around, so why are you popping in now? Boogie said that he is terrible at checking in on people that he truly cares about. He said that he acknowledges that he wants to get better, whatever the case. Brianna said that she just does not have a lot of energy and time and emotions to give to anybody right now. She's going through a lot. Everything she's going through, she's spent. And if she wants to have a drink, she does not want to be judged for it. She wants to feel like she can have a drink, sit back, chill, get her mental right, and not get judged for it. Boogie said, cool, I'll have a drink with you. I said, Boogie, I thought you were sober. So Boogie orders, I think he got a gin soda water, and I said, oh, or maybe he got a vodka soda. He got something clearer, and Brianna was looking like, why are you drinking? Boogie said he did that to show her that you can have good restraint with it. He said that he, since he's been out of rehab, he has had a couple of drinks, but he now knows how to stop. He doesn't drink and drink and drink until he can't drink no more, until he hits the floor. And I'm like, okay. They seemingly make up. She gives him a church hug. She said because she hasn't had sex in a while. And because of the pandemic, I'm telling y'all, I think they hooked up before, and that's where a lot of the issues come between the two of them. So they play the video, and before that, they asked people. Eric's ass asked Vanessa about TT's wedding. Vanessa said she was invited, but because of like some scheduling issues, she doesn't know if she's gonna make it. But she has every intent on trying. And Eric's like, yeah, everybody got invited, but us. You were not TT's friend, Eric. I think Eric just want that free trip to Florida. Like, Eric and his wife annoy me. They annoy me. I'm not gonna talk about their clothes and their outfits like everybody else does, because we all know that they just don't dress like nothing. Aaliyah just doesn't dress like anything. She doesn't. Aaliyah said she wakes up and whatever she puts on for the day is what she's gonna put on for the day. And if that works for you, girl. So then we have JoJo. They play the video while this is going on. We can see Tanise has a distant look in her eye, and JoJo feels like they just aren't clicking. He wants them to make it right. Meanwhile, Tanise is like, divorce might be the best option. I said, well, damn, girl, y'all need to talk, because y'all are on two completely different sides of what y'all want to go do. The song was, I guess, cute for what it was, but if this is her music video launch, why she had no family there? She came in with her little boyfriend, the artist Jack. So she doesn't have any friends or family or anybody that wanted to come. Okay. So then we have Sean and TT. They're doing seating charts. Sean is on some, you need to tell everybody that an unvaccinated person is coming, which is not fair, because my dad did not want to get vaccinated and he got vaccinated for this wedding. Meanwhile, you're not making Tyran get vaccinated. You make excuses for him. You always have and you always will. TT said it is bothering her that Tyran is not vaccinated. And I just kind of feel like, then you need to tell Tyran he can't come. I get Tyran is your favorite cousin and all this other type of stuff, but this is how the world is right now, where there are people that don't want to get tested, that don't want to get vaccinated, that don't want to do the proper things to go to events like this, then they just can't come. Set up a Zoom. Tyran can be there and watch on the Zoom. He just can't be there. So we switch over to Egypt. Egypt is washing dishes at the house. Sam is excited because he said he feels like he's always the one doing the dishes. They got to get washed, y'all. It don't matter who does them. The kitchen got to be clean. So Eric comes over because, Eric is in everybody else's business. So Eric comes over and he said he's worried about Sam's legal problems. Sam is on some, I don't even care, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay, Sam. I wasn't there. We don't have no footage. Who knows? But the story just doesn't add up the way that you and Egypt are telling it. On top of the fact that y'all have lied to different people and given different versions of the story. Egypt's hair looks like shit. I don't know what's going on. I feel like she needs to get one of them like little sponges that the kids do and like sponge her hair, but she looks bad. The little afro mohawk looks bad. But Egypt talks about how she always thought that she would be at Tahira's wedding. Tahira would always be at hers. She said that she's been reaching out and TT's not really responding back to her. She feels that the family is just broken. But Egypt, the problem is that you allowed Sam to drive a wedge between you and your cousin. Yes, TT did some things in the past that were really of a reaction to Sam, but you sat up there and allowed Sam to make you think that Tahira was making passes at him and was like kind of coming on to him. Even though Sam admitted to lying about that, you took Sam's side with that. I completely understand why TT just don't want to be bothered with y'all. You brought one of your aunts on the show to blast to the world that Sean had cheated on her in the past. So, like, you've done some things, and yes, before y'all say it, yes, TT has done some things as well. But the common denominator here is you let Sam drive a wedge between you and your cousin. And now that you're missing out on different things in her life that you thought that you were going to be a part of, now you feel the way about it. Meanwhile, Sam is talking about some, if he has to go to jail for 30 days or a year or whatever, he just wants Egypt to go off and live her life. And I'm like, ultimately, Egypt feels that they failed as a family because this was the first big conflict that they had, and they handled it horribly. Y'all did. Y'all, not only did y'all handle it horribly, but y'all handled it horribly for millions of people to see. So then finally we have Brianna in the studio. Sequoia's mom comes over and talks to her. They have a mutual friend, so they have become close. Sequoia's mother, Tiny, just wanted to really check on Brianna. Brianna tells her what happened with the arrest. She said her son is now traumatized by the doorbell because the last time the doorbell rang, he saw his mom getting, manhandled and everything by the police. So he's scared of that. She's traumatized. Brianna seemingly has like a panic attack because she feels that the weight of the world is always on her shoulders. She's always had to do everything herself. She said as a child, she went from crack house to crack house, even though her parents tried to act like that wasn't a reality for her. She remembers what happened. She was homeless, living out of her car. She's had all these issues, and she's back in survival mode. And she doesn't want to have to be in survival mode, especially since, she has a child to look after. So she's having this breakdown. Tiny's trying to console her, just put her hand on her knee. She doesn't want her to touch her. I get it. I've had panic attacks before, and you kind of don't want to be touched or consoled. But what I didn't understand was, now Tiny, she told you don't touch her. You kept trying to do it. She shouldn't have had to tell you the 3 times that she did. Like, if someone is in that mode where you can tell that she's like lost in herself right now, let her come out of it. I didn't understand why she kept trying to touch her, but Tiny said that she wants to get her the help that she has to kind of heal from her childhood trauma. Brianna needs therapy. The way that she's choosing to cope, where, she says she's going to go to the ocean and put her toes in the sand and let the ocean take away the pain. And like, while that type of holistic approach to things might work for some people, Brianna needs some therapy. She needs some counseling to not only deal with what happened with the police, but to deal with what has happened in her childhood that has her traumatized. What has happened in her teenage years that has her traumatized. Like, she needs to go get some counseling. Just like talk to somebody so she can try to get herself back right, for her son, for herself, and then more importantly for her son. But this has been Growing Up Hip Hop. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will catch you guys in the next one.